Shit, I'm in.
I should be able to hire my own tweaker to beat up another tweaker.
Gets high fives from the boys.
It's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
Good morning.
Morning.
With the boys.
Back at it.
Don't worry, we won't do the coffee cup ASMR sip today.
Yeah, it was disgusting hearing that yesterday.
Same with the mac and cheese one. Oh yeah, dude, hilarious. I didn't clip those because I just didn't want to listen to it over and over.
That's
and
100%
over.
the last thing that I wanted to eat last night for dinner. That's for sure.
Logan asked for it too, and I was like, nope, not. That's not what we're having. Yeah. Oh.
I heard you had a bit of a rough morning this morning.
A little bit, yeah. We were 10 minutes late getting the kids to school, and that was because the yellow truck wouldn't start. And I took the yellow truck because I had to get gas in the Volkswagen. So I was like, I'll take the yellow truck so I don't have to stop for gas. So I didn't leave early for gas. And then my house key is on the Volkswagen key, not the yellow truck key. So we're locked out of the house at 8 o'clock in the morning. Got to call Kaylee. So then we get back in, we get the right keys. Then I got to go get gas. And then Izzy's like, I'm sorry, Dad, because I was a little stressed out, right? I'm like, oh, man, we're late. And she's like, I'm sorry. She's like, it's not your fault. Yeah. Like, it's all me. It's all me. It's not getting out, getting them ready, and getting out of the house in time. It's all me. But yeah, she's like, I'm sorry, Dad.
That
she
does
could tell
make
I
you
was
feel
stressed out.
So much better when your kid's like, it'll be okay, Daddy.
Yeah, it does.
Don't worry, Daddy.
Yeah.
What was Logan doing back there? You didn't even care.
Yeah, he's just like, we're late. It's like, yeah, dude.
Hey, me and Logan, we're on the same page. We get
funniest thing though, we get
there when we get
we
there.
get into the school and I'm like, yeah, I tell the lady, I'm like, yeah, crazy morning. I got locked out of the house, and then Logan's like, and the yellow truck wouldn't start.
That's probably like he understands the real serious.
Well, yeah, he goes straight to the cars every time, motors, and it's like, yeah, it's.
He's like, I'll get home, I'll work on it. I'll get this thing put back together by the end of it.
Don't worry, Dad, I got it. You go relax.
I got an O2 sensor. I got a new battery. We're throwing in that bad boy. We're good. Up and running in no time. Dude, we had a great morning. We went live. Yeah. We're trying to mess around with this Facebook thing. We're trying to mess around with all the different platforms, trying to get everybody to see us.
Speaking of which,
slowly but surely.
Speaking of which, pardon me, but I'm going to go ahead and share that now that we are, in fact, live.
We're there. So far, so good with this thing.
I'm going to share it.
But yeah, I'll tell you my little story.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched the live at all, we did a little live from the coffee spot this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, we're there. We're going through. The same usual people are there. But oddly enough, we catch our favorite barista off duty. With a baby stroller.
While you're live.
While we were live. Man. With a baby stroller. So if there was any, doubts in your mind, now you know she's a great woman. She's going to walk with the stroller.
To go get a coffee.
Take care of them babies.
Instead of driving. That's true.
It's a good woman.
Yeah.
She's getting up, she get after it.
That's good right there.
Everybody could take a lesson from...
I need to take a lesson in getting my butt out of bed earlier in the mornings.
Yeah, what happened? Did you...
Oh, yeah, it was my fault, too, because I got terrible sleep last night. Because, as a dad, when your daughter's like, can I sleep in here? It's like, yeah, sure, all right, whatever.
Also, like, your daughter she's 7.
Yeah, just turned 8, yeah.
Turned 8.
Yeah. So we still got, she's going to want nothing to do with me. So I got to enjoy these moments while I can.
I hear that out of most parents. Yeah. They're like, yeah, we should break this. But there will come a time where they want absolutely nothing to do with you. And honestly, my son was in the same boat kind of last night. There was a moth flying around and it was driving him nuts. And he was almost like terrified. I don't know what it is about moths that they're basically like really dusty butterflies. Yeah,
they're just not beautiful, right? They're the men of the butterfly world.
Ouch.
But yeah, I felt bad, so I grabbed Logan as well. And Logan came in as well. So it was all of us in the bed. And I got no sleep. They were kicking me. And
that's violence.
Finally, I had to leave and go sleep in Izzy's bed to go get a couple hours of shut-eye.
Like, you can have my bed.
Yep, I'm out. It. Yeah, I'm out. We're never doing this again.
You've ruined my bed for me.
Never again.
I just wake him up real quick and then go back to bed.
But it's my fault because I went and grabbed Logan and I told Izzy yes. So like, just
it seems kind of shady if you're going to take one and not the other.
Exactly. I did this. I look in the room at him. He's laying there on his bed. Yeah, I gotta grab him.
Get over here, you little son of a bitch. I love you.
Gotta grab him. And I did. But yeah, nope. Now I'm gonna when she asks again, because I'm sure I'm gonna get the question again tonight. Can I sleep in your bed? I'm gonna be like, hell no.
You have
because
to.
I did not get any sleep last night. You guys kicked me, poked me.
And Logan, Izzy, you gotta understand, like
Logan moves a lot too.
Logan, both of you guys, it's hurting the podcast.
Yep.
I'm dealing with a tired co-host.
I had to go take a 20-minute snoozer before I came over here. I literally needed it. I was like, and I actually really love those because I can lay there for 20 minutes and it's more of a meditation than a nap. Yeah. So you just lay there completely relaxed. And I probably do get a little bit of shut eye, but you never go into like full REM sleep or anything like that.
No, I had
so
Nando almost convinced that when I'm sleeping, I'm meditating. Son, do not bother me. I'm meditating. Damn. Dad be meditating real hard. I call his name 5 times and he hasn't answered.
His breathing exercises when he's meditating just sounds like snoring.
I was laying there yesterday and he came home and bothered. And I was like, don't you ever interrupt my meditation. I was just laying there being all lazy.
Oh,
it gave me an excuse to get up and move around and get that shelf put up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you, are you a big breakfast person? Do you guys get up and do a big fancy breakfast? Because that's what I think I need to start doing for my kids.
But I'm like that. I'm going to eat like around 1. I don't really need to eat right away in the morning because I'm full of 100%. Sugar and caffeine.
That is 100% me. I don't know why. I've just never really been a big fan of breakfast since I've become an adult, like, really.
This might make a lot of people mad, but we all know that breakfast, you don't need it.
But I've also heard...
start with good fruits and vegetables. Eggs is always top notch.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I've always heard is get some protein in you to start the day and stuff. Yeah. But that's what I did as a kid was bowls of cereal.
Bacon, terrible really for you. Sausage, really not great for you. It's basically just a fancy hot dog at the end of the day.
A good old biscuits and gravy, dude.
Man, I love real breakfast so much. I still be making breakfast for dinner.
Oh, 100%, dude. Breakfast for dinner more than I have breakfast for breakfast, bro. I swear to God.
I think, as an adult, definitely I'm eating way more. And if I'm going out to like a Denny's or something, it's almost breakfast every time.
Yeah, Denny's is like, it's a staple of Denny's to get breakfast, I feel like.
Man, let's hold on to ours.
We used to do Denny's at like 4 a.m, all drunk and hungover, dude.
And how good was that? Like hot chocolate. Because we even took it all like when we had like football tournaments or like track tournaments and stuff like that. You know, get out with those back to Billings.
The boys.
Yeah, mostly with the boys, but I mean,
because track and field, anytime you're in a sport, you end up.
Had a great one. We went to, and I think we were talking about this a little bit later, but it kind of ties in. We were talking about, we went down to our local club, I think when it was a much more happening scene, and we're all dancing down there and finish the night out, get ready to go to Denny's. We recognize this bachelorette group. They're getting ready to get married or whatever, and they come asking part of their scavenger hunt. They need a pair of boxers from somebody. I didn't even know this was part of like a wedding or, but they asked for mine. And I was like, you don't want these. Come on. I've been dancing for I dance hard when I'm dancing. You don't want these. So I look over at Andrew and Andrew's such a tiny thing. I was like, you got to give them up, bro. These women need it. They need your drawers. And they pressured him a little bit. He goes into the bathroom, pulls them off, and gives them to him.
Wow, dude.
I was going to say,
you knew you had a skid mark in there. That's why you couldn't give yours up, huh?
No, I just knew from the dancing. I was like,
dude,
literally, I was like,
and I'm sure your brother didn't do a lot of dancing.
No, I think at one time, because my brother, he is.
Yeah, he's not. He's not
opposite.
A dancing type. Yeah,
he's quiet. We got him out there though,
dude. Especially, just like me, if I get drunk, I will do things I don't normally do. And that's probably the only reason I had so much riz, as they say, in high school was probably because I was drinking a lot.
As they say, I guarantee you by next week, riz is no longer.
It's gone.
Cool.
You think it's gone?
Yeah.
It's actually a really cool cut, a cut of charisma. I think it's pretty. And on point.
That's why it's no longer cool.
Because those dang boomers started using our terminology.
We're so old to these kids now. It hurt. It hurts a little bit. I was like, especially when you're like, I'm in my 30s. I'm not that old.
Yeah, but
they look at you, you're like, you're fucking like you're ancient.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And I was like, what about when they hit 70? What are those people? I was like, every day's a blessing. They woke
grandfather-wise, they're gonna be like, I met Gandalf the Great today. No, that was just a 70-year-old man.
Back to breakfast though. Steak tacos, yay or nay? For
breakfast? Mm-hmm. Well, of course. I mean, there's definitely, you can do steak and eggs. That's a breakfast option. But I could do some steak tacos for breakfast.
Just good steak tacos.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot for the heart to handle first thing in the morning, though. You don't think?
Oh, of course it is. But, and then, when you eat those meals and you just feel sluggish afterwards.
Unless which
is weird. I don't really feel that at breakfast. So maybe it's hard to say.
This is something hilarious too. My little brother, he said, because he's out in California, he was talking about, he's like, you need some good Mexican labor. Okay. Everything you're doing, it's costing too much. I got guys, they need work. I'll drive them up here and they'll work. I was like, no, there's no way to document. There's no way to do this on the books. I was like, Grant, I get it. That's how it works in California. I'm like, and how are you going to pay them? Because they're all going to want to get paid good, wages. And my brother's like, $5 an hour for each of them. We're going to tell them 20. We're taking 10. I was like, you're such a hustler, dude.
I'll bring some workers to you. He's going to pocket, he's splitting the 10 with you. So he's making money off the other. He's trying to pimp out.
Yep.
Handyman.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I got to really appreciate the hustle.
He just talked his way out of a bad situation. He's like, don't worry, I got a brother. I'll get you guys a job. Just let me go. And then now he's like, oh no, my brother's not going to give him a job. What am I going to do?
You can really make $1 out of 15 cents though. I'll give him to him. You can't hate.
Yeah, he's still there, right?
Yeah.
He's in one of the most expensive states to live in. He's still there killing it.
Oh yeah, like I'm saying, proud he can piss out his front door.
Like I said, that's one of my dad's rules, so there you go, Dad. You can move to California. You can now move to California because they don't care. You just piss wherever you want now.
Oh, man. I was just seeing that on the news. They've changed the laws in San Francisco, and it sounds like it's in a little bit of Denver. You can steal up to $950 worth of stuff. That's as long as... But they just posted it all over San Francisco. That's been
going on for a while, I think.
But $950 worth of stuff? I mean, if this was back in the day, I could have had 3 suits.
That's why there was a bunch of companies that I think pulled out of San Francisco. Because why?
And then how come this is what they should do is they should have emptied out that first floor of every building. How many people are going to put in all the work to rob something if they got to go to that second floor? Man, I got to take an elevator. This sucks.
I don't know, man.
That extra time.
Anybody on some uppers is going to be up and down those stairs so quick that it don't matter.
Well, at least make them work for it. You know what I mean? It's not going to... The people who want the things are going to go up there and
the workers there are just like 6.8 seconds to get up the stairs. He deserves it.
Right?
Let him take that. Let him go. Let him take that tablet. He'll be all right.
$950. That's a lot. I mean, if you... Groceries? Think of it as just groceries. $950 worth of groceries?
And they're just not going to stop you when you're pushing 4 carts of groceries out.
Is that a hit or miss thing? Like
I'm sure. Well, a grocery store is going to have its own loss prevention department, so they could probably intervene if something like that was happening. To where,
oh, so as long as I juke the security guard on my way out?
Yeah, because the security guard can't touch you. But if you were like pushing a bunch of carts out, I'm sure the security guard could walk up and grab the cart and maybe like pull the cart away and be like, you guys go, I'm taking the cart. You know, like 4 carts of groceries pushing it out would be a little extreme. I don't think anyone could get away with that, but I don't know. I'm not there. Maybe they do just let you walk out with it.
I was going to say, it's DJ crazy. Lived out in Denver like pretty recently, and he said that was pretty happening all the time. Just a way of business, I guess.
It's weird. It's not a way to.
At the end of the day, you wonder why your insurance premiums keep going up. Insurance pays all these out of the back, out of pocket. They got to make their money back, and they're gonna have to push it on to.
So how are they making any money then? Are they?
Well, because the consumer's still buying products. We're still buying, but they're just getting their stuff for free.
Yeah.
It doesn't really incentivize people to be good people while you can just go steal and not really have ramifications from it. There's a lot of people who are in like jail for petty crimes in Montana.
Or yeah, from years and years ago, but now they're just
probably for way less than $950.
Right? Yeah. It
would take a lot because we don't even have sales tax here, so
that's another weird thing, dude. Is privately owned prisons.
Yeah, it's just
that are just collecting money from the government for having
those
prisoners in there, dude. Yeah,
they were finding kids in those privatized prisons.
Dang.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anything about that. Dang.
Yeah, because it's private. There's no way to really look into it. But they got people, you know what I mean? Get charged with the crime, go in and
have a baby.
Not even have a baby, but
have
just
a baby in there.
They can infiltrate into and see like some of those shady practices in some of those private prisons. I mean, Orange is the New Black came from somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not like they were just talking out their ass when they make these movies.
Yeah, like how they say with every movie that there's something behind it. You know, at least some type of historical event that maybe triggered the idea of this.
They literally have how many shows on National Geographic about prisons?
That's a good question. How many are the Scared Straight? Yeah,
yeah. Can you imagine how much different things are happening on the day-to-day in a prison?
Not only that, but you know how much different it would be when the cameras are there.
And then these guys are smart enough to know where the cameras are and where there's blind spots.
Well, I'm talking about like when the documentary guys are there. I'm sure it's a whole different feel, right? Like they probably have extra security so that they make sure that these guys aren't going to attack the cameraman.
And I'm guessing it's security even from the inside.
Yeah,
like they talk to shot callers and went like, we're gonna, let them do this thing.
That's another whole depth of it. You're right. What if they're just like, yo, we know you guys got this beef with so-and-so, let's put it on hold because we got documentary crew here. And if you want any screen time, if you want to be on TV and be famous, you're going to listen to us right now.
And a lot of those guys,
100% do it
that's
for
a
the
big
fame.
no-no in the beginning with. Like, you're not supposed to talk to cameras and do any of that. So those guys kind of mark themselves even like right away. So it is a whole different side. And then like, if you look at privatized prisons as a whole, there's some real shadiness going on.
We'll have to do another one of my conspiracy corner dives into one of those, maybe.
We'll get Delta Force in there.
We got a couple ideas of the conspiracy corners, but I actually have to go do my research, which that's fine.
Also,
that's fine.
Anybody who's on viewing and everything, do you like this setup, or would you rather us move to a different location and kind of do a different studio? We kind of need ideas here.
Yeah, it's still up in the air because even right now we'd barely have room for a guest right here. With this setup, we'd have to pull cameras back and do some rearranging.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. We got a couple guests possibly on the horizon already.
Uncle Russ for sure.
You got Uncle Russ, and then
got some ideas running around. Yeah,
because we know a a lot of business owners. We know we're connected to a lot of individuals, kind of.
Yeah, I actually ended up talking to Jeremy was over at my brother's house doing some Magic the Gathering.
Jeremy from Elder
back
Grove?
at Elder Grove, yeah.
Nice, 96.3
Yeah,
Jeremy?
yeah.
Oh,
Heard his
heck
voice on the radio this morning on the way in.
Really?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that. It was always a dream of mine was to be a
100%.
radio voice, you know?
I got a tattoo on my leg. I mean, it's got the skull and the microphone. I mean, at the end of the day, this is literally what I always wanted to do.
Yep, same thing. That's why, and that's kind of why I started streaming, and I've been so comfortable in front of a microphone. And so it's like, yeah. So yeah, it was good to see him, chat with him a little bit. I'd love to. I should have mentioned something, but next time I will definitely ask him if he's interested in coming on, because I'd love to talk to him about what goes on behind the scenes at a radio station, because I've always wanted to do it,
100%.
And now we got somebody on the end.
Like when I used to live in California, when I was going to community college, never finished, but gave it a whirl. The statistics classes right over my head.
Yeah, we never checked the statistics.
It was too tough. I was out. Like I said, I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth at that time, so I thought I was, I was good to go for college. Instead, it was a lot harder than I actually thought it was going to be. So that's what a lot of need to tell these kids. College is actually hard. Pay attention. Don't off while you're in there.
Even high school. Now, looking back, I love history. I wish I would have paid attention in history class. I guess I just never had a good history teacher that really sucked me in. It was always boring. But now I really could go back and learn history, because I'm kind of getting into ancient history now that I'm a little bit older. But I'd like to know what they actually...
It's wild, too, because history is always being rewritten, right? Especially now.
Now they're finding...
Really
now they're finding evidence of humans like 200,000 years ago or some shit. I think they now increased it to.
What?
Wait, well, let's look that one up, Jamie. How...
Jamie, sorry, DJ. Jamie.
Yeah, sorry, DJ.
That's copyright infringement. Does Joe Rogan have Jamie copyrighted?
No, it's
He's a human being.
Another thing we should probably look up.
A product of the company.
How common of a name is Jamie? Jamie's probably a pretty common name in America. It's probably like, I'd say, at least top.
We could call him.
I like to see DJ. He's our DJ because we tell him to spin that shit when we ask him a question. You know what I mean?
Or we can call him Dark Jaime.
Jaime?
Yeah. And if he pisses me off, I'll call him Dark Hyman.
Oh, goodness gracious. How common of a name.
He hit me back hard with it. Benjamin.
624th most popular name. Okay.
Wait, is Benjamin and Jamie right next to each other? As what does it say?
So
nickname of Benjamin.
Is Jamie?
Oh, don't let that
really?
Stick.
Oh.
Please don't let that stick.
No, if anything, I'd call you Jammin', dude. What up, Jammin'?
That's so funny because it used to be a nickname of mine was Ben Hameen.
Hameen. Yeah, okay.
Hameen, jamming all the time. What's up, jammin'? It was one of the million nicknames that didn't really stick, but it was there for its time, I guess.
It tried. Oh, yeah.
What's the weirdest nickname you had?
Squirtle.
Squirtle?
Yeah. So Robbie, first it started with Kurt, and then it was Squirt, and then it was Curdle, and then it was Squirtle.
Curdle?
Yeah, because like they just came out of nowhere. Like he's just a goofy guy, right?
That is clever though, Curdle.
Yeah, and then he eventually got to Squirtle, and I was like, all right, dude, I'll take that. I was like, all of your lead ups to that were shit, but I'll take Squirtle.
We'll take Curdle. That's actually hilarious.
Curdle.
Ew, it's curdled Curtis.
Curdle. Yeah, no, that was probably the weirdest one. That's Robbie for you. But most people just, if they call me a nickname, it's Kurt. My grandma used to call me that, and I hated it, but now I love it.
I don't know too many Kurts.
It's what I say when I'm at a restaurant. They're like, "What's the name on the order?" I say Kurt because it's or easier than saying Curtis, just barely. It's like Kurt.
Yeah.
And then they usually put it with a K, but I'm okay with that. Captain Kurt.
Captain Kurt. That's corny. Oof. For the Star Trek fans, they're like, it's almost him.
Or Bamskis.
Oh, jeez. Bamskis.
Yeah.
Talking about, that was exciting. Listening to them.
That was,
morning.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's kind of your radio.
He's chipper. He is a very positive dude, man. He gives you kind of reason to listen to. He's always giving away free stuff on there.
And same thing about the behind the scenes. I kind of like that he goes live on Facebook while he's still doing his live show on the radio. So you kind of get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes there, which is really cool.
Yeah, it really shows you like, dang, I'd be running a lot of cameras. You set up here
and be on it, right? To know that your song's about over and you got to kind of stop paying attention to your Facebook chat and hop over to your real radio. Like it looks like he's bouncing a lot, but he's killing
outside looking in, it would look like a complete schizophrenic meltdown. Like if you just saw a guy just talking himself and then just and then back to doing his thing.
I did see a funny video last night that was essentially the same skit, right? This guy's walking and this buddy comes up and he's like, "Oh, what's up, Leon? Like, what you got, man? What you got?" And then he's like, "Oh," and then he starts like doing a dance and it shows it from the window and he's the only one there and he's just like dancing by himself and there's the other people aren't there. So it's just like, it was a pretty good video, but just along your lines, it'd look just like that.
But it is a cool show to listen to. I mean, he really is, like I said, for local wise, he's completely different than what you see on radio now, where everything is just.
And have you found out for sure? Have you verified if you went to high school with him?
Oh, I have no idea if I
You don't. We're still.
He said he was from Idaho, I believe. So that's where I'm like.
Oh, you don't know for sure. Yeah, he was. You said he was talking about the Gorillas today, which is interesting.
Oh, this is sick. He has an album of the Gorillas, the original, that had Clint Eastwood on it. Two vinyl set, and he was thinking about giving it away as like a giveaway for his on the radio and everything.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
crazy.
Like, oh man, just hold on.
Yeah, do not give that away. No way, dude.
He also had a crazy story about opening a record and somebody having a little lewd and nude
illicit pictures in there from Can you imagine back in the day before we had cell phones, you couldn't just get a Snapchat from that girl. She literally had to take a picture, like a portrait, and either go somewhere and get it printed off, or if she had what were the ones that like your son has the
Instaprints.
Yeah, where you gotta shake it and whatever they call.
Imagine that you just had to do that and fresh vinyl, and all of a sudden never heard it before, and you're like, oh man, my girl, she just got that, and then you go to pull the vinyl out and a naked picture of her comes out too.
Damn. You're just like, oh man.
There's a reason people got married and stayed married back then.
Yeah. Because you actually had to wait 2 months for that picture. She's like, hey, I sent you a picture. And then you're sitting by the mail every day. I will
see this titty by August.
Especially during the war, dude. Could you imagine being a guy in the war and getting hit with a dirty picture? Oh man!
Can you imagine how fast that picture's getting stolen?
In the trenches, you're just rubbing one out, and your buddy's borrowing the picture too, and you're like, "It's all right, I understand,
I get it, bro.
When you get your girls, I got to see it too,
100%. Well, also, you're in war.
Yeah,
I mean, you could be dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
What, am I not gonna share this glorious gift with the whole world?
The gift from God. The gift.
If I make it back to see those in person, yeah, I'll be married free for the rest of my life. We lost, like, those guys are basically got very few still,
and you can tell because they're a different type of person, man. 100%.
Over on Matt and Shane's, they're always talking about he was in World War II, and he's like, "Yep, killed him, had to do it. It's part of my job.
Yep.
You feel bad about it? No, that's my job."
Them or you, really, at that point in war, kind of fuck.
But that idea is not really for a modern day world anymore.
No.
Like now it's like, hey, we're America. We're just gonna put ourselves all around the world and we're just gonna look at all y'all.
Yeah.
The second one of y'all get out of line,
we're gonna do something. Don't
make us. Bend you over your knee and start spanking bottoms.
We're America. And we spank.
Those days are long.
Yeah.
Man, nowadays.
It's all weird.
Can you imagine? That's even worse nowadays because you go to war and then you get, you find out that your lady's cheating on you from Facebook?
Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, damn.
Oh man, there she is. It's hanging out with.
It's great that we can connect better, right, with technology, but at the same time, yeah, we can get caught a lot easier.
Oh man, and those. I mean, they have movies about it. Like you seen, what is that one, Jarhead?
I saw a crazy. It's not really a theory, but a crazy hot take that all main romantic movies are about cheating. The Notebook, all these big romantic movies all portray cheating.
Yeah, Mike Cannon's new special, he talks about it. He's like, in Titanic.
Yeah, she's cheating.
She was married.
Yeah.
And then she's banging the homeless dude.
And then I have never seen The Notebook, so I don't know, but apparently that was on the list. There was a bunch of other ones like that was on the list. The one where she sends a letter and she goes into the future and he's getting a letter. Same thing. I think she was cheating too. So it's all these love stories show cheating, which is really weird.
Man, that's hella. That's all it is. At the end of the day, they're like, yes, I want to be taken care of, but
I got with the wrong guy, so now I'm gonna find the right guy. Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Supposed to leave.
I have to sleep with the homeless man.
He's the one.
Look at his art. Look how good he could draw. You just let it happen. And then what is that other one? I just watched Bike Riders. And it's that motorcycle one. The dude just camps outside of her house on the motorcycle. He gets off of work, comes home, and he's like, who the hell is that guy? And he's like, you need to go out there and get rid of him. And she's like, I told him to leave. And he's like, this is bullshit. I shouldn't have to go to work and come home and deal with this bullshit. And then she's like, you need to leave. And then he just sits there. And then the dude gets so pissed off and he's like, fuck this. I'm out of here. And he takes off. And then the dude on the bike who's just chilling, all relaxed the whole time, just walks up. He's like, what's up, baby?
And got it?
He got the girl in the end, and he was just a total sleazeball.
Speaking of sleazeballs.
And he got his ass kicked.
A lot?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, dang.
But he was a biker, you know what I mean? You ain't going to take off my vest.
Yeah, they just, I don't know. They just don't make movies like they used to. I haven't really been I can't really say that. I shouldn't say that because I haven't watched enough movies lately. But it's hard though, because same with music. When I was trying to DJ music, you have to be on top of the ball, downloading the newest music that day, watching your favorite artists, seeing what they're dropping. And when I was DJing, I had 3 other friends that were doing it, so we all shared music. It was pretty easy at that point.
See, that's way cool. But then you even look at, until you actually have your own studio, essentially, it makes it really difficult to.
Yeah,
do it. I guess I'd say do it full time. Get good at it, where people actually want to be like, "Where is DJ Mayo?"
Right.
We need DJ Mayo.
Thought about trying to get decent enough on my mixer to go do a play at the bar one week and do an EDM night or something.
They got one going on this Saturday.
No, dude. Oh, yeah, the EDM show. Yeah, we were talking about that.
Talking about having.
I decided I wouldn't want to be a DJ at a bar. It's just people coming up and requesting songs. I'm like, oh, it'd be so terrible. I don't drink, so being around drunk people would be the worst thing for me. I'd be like, you're an idiot. Go away.
Down at the loft, it was popping one night, and I came across this group of girls, and they were bi and lesbian, I think, and it just only pertains because they had me record this video of them of how the DJ was such a jerk and he was, this whole thing. And I was like, sure, because they gave me $50 on top of it, and I was like,
sure, I'll hold the camera for $50.
Recorded the whole thing. I went inside, and then I went and talked to the DJ, and I was like, did these girls come in here? And the DJ immediately, no, they were just being assholes. They kept bumping me and they were screaming at me and they were saying I was a bigot because I wouldn't play the song. And I was like, I have a set list. You're not going to force me to play your music. And that's what it was. So I was like, cool, I made $50.
Yep. I definitely, but back in Alaska, I had some buddies who actually got to the point of playing in the bar, and same thing, dude. Just all night, people come out, hey man, play that one song, it goes like, it's just like, oh, dude, you don't even know the name of the song.
When you're
like,
the DJ and you're like, oh yeah, coming right up.
Yeah, let me just get on that. But even if they know the name of the song, like the guy said, he's got a set list, right? You practice that set. You practice those transitions so that when you do it, it's smooth, it's seamless. Mm-hmm. It's so funny now that I did a little bit of DJing, I'd be at a bar and I'd be like, that transition wasn't very smooth. It's like, a little...
Just get pretentious with it real quick.
But at the same time, if you...
Painting's the same way. Any house you walk into, you're like, the last painter, I can't believe, look at the sloppy job he did. God. Then you're like, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's nothing, you just kind of...
That's how it goes, yeah.
You gotta hate just to hate just a little bit. But back it up at the end of the day. Just don't hate and then make it look worse.
Well, yeah, at least he's there, right? At least he's there in the bar playing or wherever he's at, where he's there playing. Man. Yep, the only way you're going to get better is to do it.
At the end of the day, if we haven't learned anything from the last episode, is be better about not judging books by their covers.
Or even yourself, man. Like it's like we've been talking about going to do the karaoke. That was my vocal exercise this morning, was singing.
What was
singing
your
in the car.
Song?
Sam Barber, SOB, son of a bitch.
Man, you're really practicing that. You're ready for karaoke.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. But I've also, and then I did switch over to Big Dogs.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because that's a lot of quick...
That'd be so. That's what they hear when you're like, I'm rapping right along with it.
Yeah.
That's actually
banana 100 times banana.
But that's actually what it sounds like when I'm in a car, like rapping along with something. It's da 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 da. Pause. Let me catch up.
We were doing some music last night, and both Izzy and Logan were singing along to us because it was kind of some of the songs that we've listened to for probably over a year now on my YouTube playlist.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're starting to sing along. I was like, hell yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's nice to hear Logan loves We Will Rock You by Queen. Ooh, shout out.
That is a classic.
You just hear him, we will, little
I
Logan
think I
voice.
like it, those like classics way more now that I don't listen to the radio, because like in Billings, all you had like classic rock.
That was 4 or 5 different stations. It's country or classic rock. Or talk radio. Yeah, that was
that much. Or big booty girls make big bottom girls.
Even Bamski's does
Fat
a lot of classic.
Girls?
Yeah, fat bottom girls. Bamski's does a lot of classics. At least the zone is a little bit more rock based. I haven't been enjoying that, so it's actually the only.
Jeremy starts his. At what time?
I think he does late nights, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
Yeah,
that's actually kind of pretty.
I think he does nights, yeah.
Is that always what he's always wanted? Do you know?
I don't know. No, like I said, we'll have to get him on. I didn't.
Cool podcast then, for
sure. Because of course, when they're playing Magic, I don't want to interrupt too much because it's a lot. There's a lot going on when those guys do that. Like, I mean, they're like.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I was telling DJ, I was like, it'd be cool to record those guys, like. The gaming goes hard in all aspects. There's serious gamers online, and there's serious board gamers, and there's serious any gaming.
I appreciate how they do their Magic because it's kind of like a respect thing, right? It's like they have kind of a specific set of rules that if you went to a tournament, these rules wouldn't apply. Mm-hmm. But it's like they're like friendship rules. Like obviously, they're not trying to start a game and instantly kill everybody, right? They're like, we should try to play it out and see what happens, see how we play these decks out, not just go cutthroat and try to hit everybody right away. So they kind of have a buddy system to where they don't use certain cards because they're too overpowered.
I'm sure on any given day that can go away real quick.
There's a couple. There's like, wait, you can't do that. And it's like, yes, I can. I mean,
technically,
and then
are we not playing Magic the Gathering? Are we not trying to see this game?
It is funny to see a group of 8 friends become mortal enemies for a few hours, dude. It is the greatest thing, dude. All over.
I almost because I've gone to a game night several times. I almost love turning heel and being that guy just to piss everybody off just a little bit. By the end of it, everybody's happy, everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
Almost talking shit sometimes gets people
moving.
Gets talking, getting it. Even if it's because at the end of the day, anybody who knows me well enough
He knows you're playing around. Yeah.
So if you can push those buttons of the people close to you, so they start. I mean, it makes the night so much funner. Sometimes you push the buttons of the wrong people,
and you can actually piss somebody off.
I'm sure, I'm sure that guy who came up and was wanting to get music played at EDM,
Yeah.
He's just trying to be cool, but he just comes off like a total douche.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not going to play your music, bro.
You can't win everybody over. Much as you try.
But at the same time, I can see where that guy's coming from, because that guy's probably really high on drugs, and he's like, yeah, dude, I really want to hear this song, man. It's my song, dude.
Yeah, when you're locked into that feeling, you need that song.
Yeah, dude, you're in the zone. Your confidence levels are so boosted that you're just like, I'm going to go talk to the DJ. The guy standing up there playing this music. I got this. He's going to love me. Yo, man, you want to play that song? It goes, do.
Yeah, the DJ hadn't even thought about that one, but as soon as I go up there, he's gonna want to play Eiffel 65's Blue.
Hey, man, you think you can mix Blue in on like a dubstep drop?
Come on now.
Yeah, it's like, you got this, right?
Right. It is crazy. Have you ever seen those DJs who are so good that they're somebody else is like, DJing, and they just come walk up and they're like, and they do something crazy, and then it's a whole completely different song. That is way cool. One
of my favorite house parties was me and my buddy Josh co-DJ'd it.
How many people were at this thing?
It wasn't huge. It was probably like 20, 30 people maybe. Probably closer to 20.
I asked DJ this the other time. Like, what do you prefer? A lot of people at a EDM, or do you want a tight...
At an EDM, at like a rave, you want a bunch of people. But like house parties, I'd say smaller.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, almost slipped. DJ, he was like, I'd rather have it inside, all in bodies. I'm like, I'd like a tight spot with outside because of the heat. I ain't trying to be like sweating my ass off.
You gotta have a big spot if you're gonna do it inside. But at this house party, we ended up I DJ for like an hour, or maybe it was probably like half hour. He'd do a half hour, but then we did a back-to-back set where I'd play a song and then he'd pick a song, transition into it, and like back and forth. That was a lot of fun. It was crazy cool.
For several years, most places we'd go to, DJ was the
DJ.
Yeah, he was the DJ.
See, this is the
not by anybody's choice. Like if there was an auxiliary core, he was a bloodhound. He's
grabbing it. Yeah.
Music, I must listen.
But that was with my actual mixer. You seen my mixer?
I've seen a few things you do, but you know me, like EDM is definitely not my first and foremost by any means.
Dude, somebody said this to me. I think it was even a girl I was talking to off like Tinder.
Come on, Tinder. That's twice.
She called.
That is 2 Tinder drops. You better get this guy sponsored.
Right, dude. I'll be sponsored by Tinder. But she called it a musical rainbow. That's how she described her music, her love of music. And I was like, I'm stealing that, because I'm the same way. I can get down to country, I can get down to EDM, I can get down to rock, I can get down to blues. Like I won't say every type of music, but I'll say I enjoy most types of music.
100%.
You heard polka rock? Polka rock is actually not terrible.
It's definitely not great though.
No, it's not. It's not my first choice when I go to YouTube. But if it was on at a bar,
somebody might get tuned.
I'll get down to some polka, dude.
I heard polka played on an electric guitar. That was pretty sick. Yeah, they didn't think that dude could do it, and
he's like, "I'll show you." Hey, well, I mean, same thing. I grew up, man. AC/DC was like my biggest idol, and probably when I was starting to play guitar, I wanted to be the little Angus Young. Even learned his little dance move where he hops across the stage.
You had it, huh?
Oh yeah, dude, I had it down, bro.
That's so funny. I remember back in the day, power slides, like when Jack Black made power slides, super.
Yeah.
And we're in your brother's garage, and Ben Young and Billy, they both power slide on concrete through gravel. Just rip their knees open, ripping pants open. I mean, it looked cool for 2 seconds, and then
doing it, power slide.
That's 100%. It was the same night that we were playing some think we were playing beer pong or something. And something broke a damn light though.
Was it the beer pong game that they play with like wizards and bandits and shit? Have you probably...
No, I've never done
that. Oh, dude,
that's what we were playing. We were doing cornhole, and somebody gave that sucker a good launch and went right through that fluorescent ball.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I guess no more cornhole in the garage.
Yep, that'll do it.
Only light you got.
That'll do it.
Oh, I missed that little garage. That was a cool little place.
It was. That wasn't a bad place. They were there for a long time, and glad they got out of there, though, for sure.
Yeah, because it was one of those, like, there's a lot of those houses here. They're, like, old houses.
And, yeah, probably.
Need a lot of
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever gone down to the basement at that house. The basement was creepy as hell.
That is a literal...
There was nothing down there.
You could put a floor rug over that thing and nobody would know it's down there.
Yep. I pretended like it wasn't down there, dude.
Your brother had to go down there. There's a lot of spiders down there, too. In that crawl space. Because he'd have to go down there.
Is that where the fuse box was or something?
I don't know. It was kind of the same thing when I lived in that old trailer in the Heights. Same thing. They had two places, and then like the water line would freeze or something. You'd have to crawl down in there and turn the water off. Same thing. Nothing but spider webs.
Yeah.
And I'm bigger than you, dog. Yeah. So at the end of the day, tight spaces.
Do you get claustrophobic?
I mean, I don't get...
You're not too bad about that?
As long as I can see light at the end of the tunnel, then I'm straight.
Oh, man. Some caving videos have been coming up on my phone.
Can we bother you for refills?
Some caving videos have been coming up on my phone. And oh, no. Oh, what happened? Oh, it switched. It switched. All right, we're going to have a quick be right back moment, guys. Okay, we're back. Not bad. We're gonna come
Saboteur.
Woo!
Saboteur strikes again.
Yeah, we're good. We should be good right there. Cool. We got it. All right. Where were we?
I have to have a serious talk with somebody after this.
Dude, you can't blame the guy.
Mister.
Look at our fucking camera stand, bro. If we had a legit tripod, actually, though, it'd be so much better. Yeah, I'm always defending him, all right?
I know. I'm getting sick of it.
We're friends now. We're friends now. What can you do?
Stop using that word around me.
You stop saying that F word. Oh man. We're just talking about music still. What's your preferred taste in music?
It always, honestly, it depends on where I'm working at. You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's got to get enough that I'm actually getting excited and get me going. Because if it's not have enough of a beat or enough of something, then I'm falling asleep, especially early on in the morning. I need something to get me like.
See, I'm the opposite. I noticed, especially when we were working a lot this summer, I would start off with doing some country in the mornings, and then kind of by about midday, I'd ramp it up. So I'd start mellow and then get more into it as we go throughout the day.
I gotta stay ramped up and finish ramped up. There's no like, especially in this industry, we're expected. I'm already expected to be working twice as fast because, they're like, you're Mexican, get after it. And I'm like, I'm Mexican-American. Big difference, but don't get it twisted.
The American is a heavy emphasis on American.
100%. Cut a guy some slack here.
Oh, man.
I'm a hard worker. Nobody can deny I'm not a hard worker, but you expect me to go that fast for $4 an hour? I ain't that Mexican.
Apparently, your brother's got some guys, so.
Yeah. Which I don't even know.
You know what's funny is I was actually just talking to my mom the other night about a buddy from Wyoming, Colin. And he, I believe, either pressure washing. I thought he was painting. But he was trying to do his own thing there for a minute. And I was like, he wouldn't be a terrible person to get up here and, have just kind of like what we've been talking about, have someone underneath us just to do the littler things if we need it. But then I was like,
there's a lot of aspects of painting that the most time consuming things are
some of the easiest. Some of the easiest.
Somebody who, if you can at least tell them to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and has a little bit,
Because everybody talks about, it's so hard to get a job. It's I was like, there's a lot of underqualified people doing the most basic of things.
Yeah.
And when they don't understand how to do something, they just get pissed off and then leave.
Yeah.
Instead of having the humility to be like, I do suck at this, and
is there a way you do this to make it faster for you?
Show me how to hold the spatula.
Right.
I'll flip this burger. Just tell me how to hold it right. I don't even get a lot of times, especially, our generation, you had to have a lot real thick skin dealing with a lot of those older guys.
Especially, dude, in the restaurant industry, dude. Oh, yeah.
My last builder, he was like, okay, I got this next one coming on. Got another painter in here to get it done. And I was like, oh, really? You got another painter? That sucks. Like, who'd you get? And he's like, nobody, you retard. I'm talking about you. And I was like, oh.
You just wanted to see how you'd react.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, okay, well, cool. There we go. That's good. That's good news at the end of the day. But anybody else.
But yeah, I was thinking about that as I'd have to house Colin. And it's not even my place to say that. It's not even my house. But because he doesn't have any family here. All of his family's in Wyoming, so.
Yeah, but it is Wyoming at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not too far.
That's like getting out of the
hood.
I
don't know if he's got a camper or I don't know if he's got, sleep in his car. Hey man, I've done it.
Right? You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
Who knows? Go talk to him. He's probably way more successful than us right now.
I don't even know if he's still in Wyoming or if he's went out again because he'll chase work.
He's like, yep, I became
he'll chase work.
I have my own dry pressure washing business. Puts me out $250,000 a year. Yeah. I'm over here in Tahiti.
No, he went and did like some oil pipeline stuff for a while. So like he was following the money. I think he went to Texas to try to do some more welding work and stuff too.
There was a lot of money in that industry, especially when the Bakken was really firing around here.
Honestly, I think that's the last place my dad went to go do some more oil drilling was Texas the last time. And he hates Texas.
Yeah, he really hates Texas. There is nothing there.
Yeah. Well, especially where they send him, right? Because they're sending them out to where there legitimately is nothing there except a freaking oil rig that they put there, and that they're gonna move in 2 weeks and drill another hole somewhere else. Yeah, that's another big industry that like we have enough here. And if we drilled for it, we'd provide way more to other places. Like I don't know why we don't do that.
Why don't know? It all comes down to bureaucracy
and not wanting to damage the environment.
EPA.
Yeah, but come on, man. That's how we get out of debt, dude.
Our laws are when it comes to everything, and then you look at the rest of the world.
And that's probably why oil is cheaper elsewhere, because they don't have to follow the same regulations that we would in the States.
Like China, they have like mountains that are dead. They've, stripped all the minerals out of them. Chemicals spilled all over everywhere, and then there's mountains like there's dead.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's especially in those really, really dense cities. Like, DJ, how many people live in Hong Kong?
That'll be a good one. Compared to what's our biggest city, New York, and that's like 4 or 5 million or something.
I think New York's
10 million.
So yeah, in Hong Kong,
Hong Kong's 7.3 million. So New York's got to be 5, maybe 5 million.
I think it's bigger than that, honestly.
Bigger than Hong Kong?
I think
we're about to find out. I wouldn't think so. Well, what's the big one?
8.8 million.
8.8 million. What's the big one though? Is that
Los
Beijing?
Angeles,
Beijing. Where's the big Tokyo?
That's Japan.
But still, I think that's one of the biggest cities.
With that island?
Somebody with the biggest people in one city? Maybe not. What is the city with the most people pulled up right there?
Japan is Tokyo. Has the most in the whole world.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I thought
that's insane.
What is it? 37 million.
And then Delhi.
Wow.
Or Delhi, Shanghai.
So they've got multiple.
Oh, there we go. Mexico City coming in number 5.
They've got multiple cities on that side of the world with the most people.
3 Chinese people per 1 American. They got I'm sure it's the same way in like Tokyo too.
Still 8 million in New York.
What was
8 million?
No, that said Tokyo, Japan had 35 million.
37 million.
37 million people. On an island.
And that's where drifting came from. Really, the drift scene.
Well, you're on an island. Super Mario Kart all the time.
What else are you going to do? Yeah. What else are you going to do? You got to do circles. We learned how to do circles. Really cool.
Hey, you want to see how fast I can go around this island?
Actually, speaking of which, I was playing Logan's car game, Beam and G, last night, and I figured out...
Beam and G?
It's called Beam and G. It's actually...
What's it for?
It's a physics-based driving simulator to where if you hit a curb drifting sideways and your back tire will get bent and it'll wobble. If you flip the car over, it'll starve the engine of oil. You'll blow up the engine. So it's like if you crash once, it's done. So it's a really hard driving simulator, and usually I'll hook the wheel up for him and just let him practice.
I can't wait until you have a real life Ricky Bobby.
Oh, dude, we're gonna
go fast.
But I got one car really good learning how to drift, and I was going through a mountain, like this little mountain pass. They're not real world cars, but it looked kind of like, I would assume, like a Bentley. What I'll call a fake Bentley, a Fentley.
You mean your car, your Chrysler 300?
Yeah, the one of Bentley. So
that Cat Williams joke is the best. Everybody want a Chrysler 300 until a Phantom pull up. And I ain't trying to be on this block no more.
My 300s were dope. I owned 2 of them over the course of time.
I get it. They do look cool until you, like I said, till you see the real version pull up, and then like, oh wow, this is Wish.
I don't know, man.
Compared to a Bentley,
the 6.2 liter Hemi one I had might have stuck beside a Bentley speed wise.
I'm talking about luxury-wise.
Luxury-wise, it had nowhere near what that Bentley would be like.
Leather seats inside of
man.
Chrysler 300.
Hey, this cloth look nice, man. This cloth look great. It's a cloth with a little bit of leather on the outside strips of the seats.
Like, the cost of making, even like a Rolls Royce.
I mean, you can understand why they cost so much. I mean, same with like the Lamborghinis, man. It's a V12. I think they're V's.
You never see a price tag on a Lamborghini. That's what they tell you. You don't ever see that. You just go in.
You go in and buy it. But a 12-cylinder engine. Or
you're like a fake social media person
sitting in between the rear wheels, dude. That's impressive. That's impressive. I would kind of like to see what the Corvette drives like See if it. Of course, I've never driven a Lambo either, but the Corvette C8, with it being a rear engine car or a mid engine car, maybe the weight's all right there instead of in the front. I bet you it's a whole different driving experience compared to like, you know, our conventional cars that I'm used to.
Oh man, there's so many brand new cars out there that would be like Lamborghini to me was cool when I was almost like a kid. Like it's still always going to be there, just like Ferrari. But now they're coming out with so many new cars.
Especially all the electric ones, dude. Oh, yeah. And those are like rocket ships, so...
Eventually, we will get a Transformer.
You see the big Gundam they built in Tokyo or whatever?
Yeah, but I watched Sam Talent do it, and it doesn't do... I mean, it goes...
Yeah, it's like... yeah. So it don't walk.
That's not that cool.
You never know. Maybe they're just like, they won't let the public know, but one day when the aliens invade, they're just going to unhook the back of it and this thing's just going to take off running.
That would be insane. I think we're still far off yet. Any cool big robots.
Would you, if they could, and you weren't actually in the robot like in the Gundam movies, but you were like somewhere else in a studio running, like maybe that's the future of warfare.
Oh, you're looking at kind of like Ready Player One.
Yeah, I guess kind of. Yeah, having the suit and but you're way back somewhere else, and like.
I mean, we do it right now with drones. I mean, that's.
Did you see what Ukraine was doing with the drones that they got from the U.S.? They somehow, I'll have to. You can verify this and look it up. They might try to hide it now, but they figured out how to have them drop thermite. So they're just flying these drones, dropping thermite, lighting everything on fire, freaking like melting tanks and shit. Like, we are asking for it by providing them with the weaponry, because we don't do that with our drones. We don't do that.
You were about to ruffle some feathers with all that.
Probably, maybe. Sorry, but what are we doing?
Yeah, but I was like, you look at.
Yeah, they probably need the help, but at the same time, yeah, you're right, because there's always...
If Russia gets that back, when they're like, then it's...
But at the same time, Russia could be like, well, Ukraine wouldn't be doing this if they didn't have the help from the United States, and then there's his fuel to his fire to hate us even more. But at the same time, if we don't do anything, then he would have already been in there and taken over the whole place, and... Yeah, I have no place to judge because I could not make any type of big decisions like that on whether to help or not, you know, at the government level.
Nowadays, global conquest in such a modern society.
Right? That's something we didn't really think. We thought maybe that was done with World War II. Yeah.
Hitler was like, I'm taking over the world.
Yeah, and we're like, no, you're not.
And then then we kind of took over the world at the same time.
Yeah, because we have we have army bases in every single freaking country now. You know, went into Afghanistan, and I'm sure we still got tons of stuff over there, like bases and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm like, you might pull I don't know. We got Delta Force.
Yeah, like I said,
boys know what they're doing. We might have left some stuff with Delta Force when they're handling it.
I don't know. I mean, with the parade, that apparently there was a parade of the Afghanis driving our tanks and helicopters down a parade or something.
They're just our Uber drivers.
Whew.
We sent our Uber drivers over there. I don't get them bad boys back.
And who knows? Like
it's a hell of a delivery fee.
The information I'm getting on my Facebook is probably curated to me being a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. So they're probably feeding me a bunch of the most garbage stuff so that I sound like a crazy person. So when I'm actually onto one thing, they're like, well, look at all the other stupid stuff he said. That's probably, you know, like I said, algorithms are different for everyone. I'm jealous of yours. Yeah. Jealous of yours.
But it really becomes like making sure you're like, if something pops up like that, get him.
Yep, go get out of there. Yeah.
You kind of, I mean, really, it does.
It has been changing. You know, I can see it change. As soon as I started watching some Kill Tony episodes on YouTube, I would start to get a lot more comedy popping up on my phone.
See last night's?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, if I'm sitting at my computer, I've been editing.
That's fair enough. So I mean, I was working on three different.
I can't listen. I can't listen and edit at the same time because I need to be listening to my editing and listen to myself say the same thing 8 fucking times.
What was the thing over and over again?
What did we just drop this morning? Oh, my mom, the sorry mom clip. Good. She's gonna hate that. If she sees that, she's gonna fucking hate that. She's gonna be.
And that sucks too, because your mom takes an active role in your life.
I know, and she is the best. And I'm looking back on that video. I'm like, I made my mom sound like shit. That is not my mom. My mom is amazing.
Better for your dad to be like, what the hell did you say about my wife?
You're right.
I know you're my son. I brought you in this world.
I'll take you out. Yeah. No, so yeah, I kind of felt bad about posting that one, but yeah, my mom is amazing. I take it all back.
She was ride or die though. That's for sure.
Yeah, she definitely had my back, 100%. Yeah, she.
But I think at the same time, well, man, you didn't really do anything special for your mom either to warrant it.
I existed, bro.
Everybody, you guys always swing it back. I can't think of, like, I look at my little brothers.
Well,
Andrew especially, he's so helpful. You know,
I was a mama's boy for sure. So that's
mama's boy, but I'm the same boat. It's not like I did anything special for my mom. I think I tried to make her a guitar once in a shelf.
Yeah, looking back, did I ever do? I'm sure we did. I mean, you know, in school, the Mother's Day things. But did I ever really? Did I ever really go above and beyond and do really anything for mom? Damn, now you're making me feel like shit.
You should.
I called her out, and now I'm the bad one.
You are. You probably should send her something. Some flowers or something.
No, you know what? She should have straightened me out when she had the chance. She should have told.
She straightened you out, and I think he still has the opportunity too.
Yeah, I was just kidding about that, Mom. Just kidding, Mom. Y'all did good. Actually, I did.
Backed that up so quickly.
Because my dad will still whoop my ass. I was
gonna say you should have doubled down.
My dad's got a good another 5 years left.
He's like, Dad, you really trying to catch these hands? We can get it.
In 5 years, I can do that to my dad because he'll be old and slow, but he's still got about 5 years that he can whoop my ass, I think, still. So
this is what you did. You go, I heard Billy was in there saying some nasty things about you. What? Yeah, Billy, say those things you were saying about him. And then Billy gets in there. They have it out. And then when Billy gets beat up, you go in, double down. Don't worry, brother. I got it.
I got you. Because he's already halfway wounded. I know how video games work. His health bar is at 25%. I go in now for the final attack.
Finish him.
Oh, yes. That's great.
Oh, man. Speaking of video games, the new Mortal Kombat has taken it to a whole different level of gore.
Really?
You're ripping spines out. Like, it is. I bought it for Nando, and
you're just like, whoa, bro. Is there no settings? Did you go look in the options?
He's 11, man.
Yeah. He wouldn't let you change the settings.
Well, I mean, I look at it, he's an only child. He's not like an immature. He's not doing act outs. He's not doing the stump things. He's well aware that it's a game. My son doesn't have any mental disorder that makes him think that the game is real, that he needs to act this way from the game. There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one thing that parents really get scared about is that they're going to see this and do this, or it gives them nightmares. The song he was listening to while he was going to sleep is from Five Nights at Freddy's. And so
Izzy asked me if she could watch. It was she corrected herself. She's like, I'm gonna watch some Sam and Colby. She's like, maybe not right before I go to bed. It's like,
she's 8 and has the comments. I was like, son, you're tripping about this moth, and you're listening to this. You're creating nightmares for yourself right before bed. What are you doing?
Creepy spiders. And he's like, this moth, man, that's freaking me out.
There's bugs. My whole room is infested with bugs. I don't want to sleep in here. I'm like, it was a moth, son. They attract to light. It sucks because the way that the apartment sits and everything, like they just attract right to that white door. Can't really do anything about it. I have to go inside and outside of my house. You know what I mean?
You gotta be quick.
Literally. I'm like that dude from that Geico commercial.
See, dude, be quicker. You gotta be quicker, man.
Classic.
I love that.
Bring back the caveman.
Dude, speaking of classic commercials, you lent liquor.
You cootie queen.
Who you calling cootie queen? You lent liquor.
That is
Son of a
classic.
singing bulldog.
We need to bring about the original commercial, like the Budweiser frogs.
The cavemen, I didn't enjoy them when they were here, but now that they're gone,
we don't even seen enough of the Geico lizard either. He ain't making enough new commercials either.
What is Geico now? Who did they go with? I thought the last one I don't watch a lot of TV, but the last Geico commercial I thought I saw, he had someone else with him, another famous person. So maybe they're trying to transition out of the Geico frog or the Geico gecko. They can't.
You have to have a very, very good commercial for me to listen. I mean, you have.
And right now it's all the political ones.
Especially around here.
Yeah.
Tim Sheehy.
Shady Sheehy. But I don't think he's that shady. Literally what they're talking about is just smart business practice. He's like, they're like, he didn't pay taxes on this big chalet that he rents out for $1,400 a night. It's like, yeah, it's because it's a business property and he's renting it out. It's not his home. He's making smart business practices.
People are paying for it.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a hot commodity.
Exactly.
More people, I think, are just mad at the end of the day that they don't have the money to do
it. Exactly. He bought a house in Big Sky so that he can rent it out to people coming to vacation in Big Sky, one of Montana's biggest.
At the end of the day, like, only Montanans can get mad at themselves for selling.
Yeah. Right.
Don't give them the opportunity to buy.
Well, not only that, but the man probably, if I think he did say he bought it, but even then, to buy a house in Big Sky, that's a pretty penny.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just hating on the guy for being financially set up and actually doing smart business practices.
I mean, it's a great neck of the woods if you have the money to live up there. But even your brother was telling me that it's like $100,000 a year to be part of.
Yeah, just to be part of the club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's not even for the house.
But I mean, if you could buy property close to Big Sky, put a house on, or put a house on it, and bed at a not bed and breakfast, but what's it called? Rent it out. Yeah, I would.
I'm so Montana that I wouldn't pick Big Sky. Maybe as a rental, yeah, that would be a really
the rental,
good,
not to live, but yeah, you're just a rental property.
There's so many other better woods in Montana than Big Sky.
If I was gonna live, I've never been up to Glacier, but I'd probably go more north. I do like it up there.
It all depends on what side of the state you go north. Obviously, I ain't trying to go towards the High Line.
Yeah,
I don't know how those guys survive up there. They're just built differently. Them guys from Havre.
Dude, I don't know. The people who go do the northern Alaska mining.
But didn't you say that a lot of that weather is a lot more...
That's southern Alaska.
Oh, so
once you go north, I can't remember what they call it, up north in Alaska, but the mining up there is insane.
Is it comparable to... I guess Montana weather? Like, is it just miserable, or is it like North Dakota?
It'd probably be comparable to Antarctica weather, bro. Super far up north, and you can't.
Antarctica does not impress me as being from Montana. We have days where it's colder here than it is in Antarctica, so you ain't impressing me, Antarctica.
But no, it's probably
Say something. Come fight me, Antarctica. You and your penguins.
But when I was in Juneau was more like Seattle weather. Super rainy. We did get harsh winters, but it wasn't like crazy.
How much snow you seeing overnight?
Couple feet.
Overnight.
There was one night I lived literally Juneau. The only way in is by boat or plane. You have to take a ferry out or you have to fly out. And I lived on the little island on Douglas. I had to go across the bridge to downtown and then all the way to the freaking other end of town. So it was like the farthest commute you could ever have in Juneau, Alaska. I'm driving in my Chrysler 300 with 20-inch rims, not snow tires, and literally just snowbanks on both sides. I'm just like 5 a.m. trying to get to work. Ice skating to work. It was crazy.
We went to California this last go around. We drove. It was snowing when we were getting into California. And
weird.
It was because you come through Truckee, your elevation is quite about up there, but snow drifts coming out into the road like feet, and there's nothing but semis. It was so terrifying. One of those ones where you're just like, we got to get through this.
Yeah, you have to go for it.
Now we die.
I've seen some crazy snow drifts in Wyoming where we would do a lap around the block. And by the time we came back around the block, that snowdrift had completely been piled back in, and they were like up to the roof of the car, of the Jeep. So, and we actually broke my mom's axle doing that.
Whoa.
She lost her 4-wheel drive, and we ended up getting stuck, and the cop's son had to pull us out. And then like a month later, my dad was fixing the car, and he's like, I don't know what your fucking mom did to this Jeep, but she fucked this axle up. And I was like, yeah, can't believe mom did that. As I'm helping him fix it, yeah,
she helps you to be a sleazeball. You throw your mom under the bus. Jeez,
she's gonna hate. She's gonna hate listening to this
podcast. You gotta give her something. You gotta give her some love after I gave
her 2 beautiful grandkids. I swear to God,
your ex-wife carried them both. You didn't do anything.
Oh, I did. I did something, and it was exciting.
You just caused your mom so much headache.
That is why my kids give me constant headaches. They are going to be
that's always how it is.
Yep, you get it 10 times worse. Yep. So I am in for it for the rest of my life. I'm in. Let's go. Game on.
Game on.
Yeah. At least I did it. I did this to myself.
I'm shooting for that 1 and done. Now you're 2 and done.
What you? 1 boy, 1 girl. Perfect. 100%. That's dope.
That's if you would have just kept the white picket fence.
Yeah.
You could have been that guy.
Yep. We even had the White House, and even we were there for a little bit.
You were there. But it's also probably because I guarantee you, like 10 years from now, a rock is going to fall off that thing and go through some of those houses.
That is exactly what Nikki said. And we lived all the way down on Rimrock. From my back kitchen window, there was a road that directly up the rims, but this rock would have had to fallen and been so perfect that it bowling balled directly down 5 blocks of road to come through my yard and hit my house. Nikki's like, what if a rock falls out? I was standing there. I was like, look at that. So you think a rock is going to fall, bowling ball down all 5 blocks straight into our house?
They clear that thing off pretty regularly. And there are like chunks that are constantly falling off.
Yes. There. While we lived in that house, there was a house that got hit by a chunk. Oh. But that was the house legitimately directly below it. It's like the freaking cliffs are here. There was their house. That makes sense.
Were you here when they had shut Zimmerman because of the rock slides?
No. I think that was a couple years ago. Yeah.
And man, I'm like, I'm good off this. And then the people who, because it's sandstone.
And the houses are right on top. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're close too.
It's like, all right. You let it ride. Let it do your thing, I guess.
That just reminds me of how much of our buildings will remain after a couple 100 years. All those are going to be gone, right?
You would think as if it do collapse.
1,000 years, that's all those houses are falling down 100%.
Because if like that shelf ever just broke off, you know what I mean? It just came down. It's wiping out so many houses right there.
Up above and below, either, you know.
Eventually it'll recede and look like a beachfront property.
And it'd just be a nice slope, be a nice sloped hill. I always wonder, dude, that will be crazy when...
Have you done Lake Elmo at all since the dead bodies and everything have been fished out of there and they cleaned it all up?
They found dead bodies in there?
There was an old man who died in there. He swam out too far, and there was another little boy. That one was tragic. The little boy who drowned.
Did they drain it and refill it or something?
Because of an invasive species of something. Shells, clams, something like that. Like, it was an invasive species. So they had to, and it was because of people were taking their boats to different places and then dropping them in. And it was,
that's why they have boat ramps.
But also, they were feeding that place with some fish that were definitely not supposed to be in Lake Elmo.
Well, not only that, they found 2 bodies down there?
They knew that the people had died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they did die in the water. Like the kid, he drowned, and then the old man. And then they definitely were fishing out cow carcasses.
Dang.
Yeah, dumb cow just wandered too far out. And
he's like, can't feel the ground anymore. What's happening?
Damn brown cow ran out of chocolate milk. Had to put it down. throw it in the lake.
God, has the thing ever been drained? Is that man-made, Lake Elmo?
Yeah,
it is man-made and never been drained before since it was made?
I think that was the one and only time it's been drained.
Damn.
Prove me wrong if there's anybody out there who knows otherwise.
That would be crazy.
It's just like on top of the rims used to be a hangout spot for people to park their cars and chill up there.
Do you like what they're doing up there now?
It looks really good.
It looks really good.
From a gentrified, point of view, it looks real nice.
Yeah,
getting this riffraff out of here.
It looks fancy, like when you're coming out of the airport and you come in.
It's not the same rims that we used to mess around and have fun on. So that aspect of it, as an adult, I'm like, good, clean it up, get that riffraff out of there. Yeah. But if I was a kid, I'm like, oh,
you're missing out on so much. Yeah. There, I remember one time.
Rock, Couch Cliff, Avatar. Those were all the places we used to hang out on.
I never knew the names of it, but I remember one time I went out and I really tried to impress this girl, so I was drinking the nastiest shit that they had, whatever it was. It was gross, but I was drinking it, acting like it was good. I was like one of the first girls I was ever trying to impress. I probably was 14 years old. Went out to the rims and drank. She was a little bit older.
Oh, look at you pulling the...
Dude, actually, when I freaking was a freshman... I was going to say
cougar, but it's like they were literally your age.
Yeah. So. When I was a freshman, I was dating a junior, and I'm pretty sure...
In college?
No, high school. I was a freshman in high school, and she was a junior.
Okay, I was like,
so I was like, for me, like,
so much worse.
It was super cool, right? I was the coolest kid for that week, but I think...
Hold on, my girlfriend's going to go pick me up for lunch.
Yeah, but I think her friends were like, doing you're a cradle robber because he's a freshman kind of thing. I was like, bummer. So
don't ruin it for me.
I know. I always wanted to thought about looking her up again.
You and your damn friends.
Look her up again, find her.
There you go.
But no, I don't remember any.
You can let it go, let it be.
Yeah, I don't remember her last name. So.
And I feel I'm supposed to be working some courage up to ask somebody out on a date. We'll see how well it works. Hopefully, if it works out on Saturday, then I'll have somebody to go to that EDM show with.
Nice.
Like I said, it's not really my jam. It's not my go-to cup of music.
But if you can...
Who am I to,
maybe you'll find your love for a rhythm.
She listens to some emo, which I haven't listened to, since I was in high school. So I was getting
Where are you?
Every time, yeah, exactly. I was walking around. I was like, "Don't talk to me. I'm in my depths of the abyss, in my darkest of feelings. Leave me."
I had an emo phase. It was, and then one day I was just like, why am I pretending to be sad? Like, my life's pretty good, bro.
DJ was an emo.
Oh,
I
man.
emoed it out for a little bit. And it's so funny when you are emo, and somebody is pretty emo, they're like, that's not even emo. That's some whiny...
You're poser, yeah.
That's some whiny punk bitch shit. And you're like, that's not emo. Let me show you emo.
Actually, dude, some of my best... high school friends, I go to German class, and they were like the emo group. It was Jason Watkins, Josh, like the boys.
The boys?
Yeah, the boys that I ended up skating with all the time when I was a freshman. Like the skating crew, and yeah, they were kind of the emo gothic group in my German class.
Is it just like the?
It was so weird.
South Park characters.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those. This kind of goes back to a callback to yesterday's episode about judging people by the cover, because if I would not have met them in an in-class setting and seen them in the hallway, I probably would have been like douches.
Oh, 100%.
But they ended up being some of my best friends.
I was like an anime, the same, like anime and emo, but it was all because I was also a football player. So you learn out real quickly. You bury that shit way down deep. Don't bring it up.
You don't let anybody know the Naruto run.
I know every episode of Naruto. I've seen all the Dragon Ball Z's, but oh wait, no. Football, smash can. Let's go.
My football coach doesn't like it when I run like Naruto. It makes me 10 times faster though.
Can you imagine somebody getting off the line, 99-yard touchdown?
Dude, I'm telling you.
Followed by the gritty.
Because I was a cornerback, dude. If I'm defending somebody and he comes out like that, I don't know what to do. He comes out on a Naruto run. Like, dude, you know he's...
I was going to say, you got to see some guys playing some real football. If somebody comes out and do some Naruto, they'll probably just smack the shit out of them.
Bam.
The first thing they tell you is make sure you got your hands up. I don't know what happened, coach. I went to go run the route and got smacked in the face.
I went Lightning McQueen on him. I am speed. I am.
And especially if you're a cornerback, that's exactly what you want, for them to give you your chest so you can just lock them right there. I win.
Give it up. That's if you're press coverage though. If you're back, if you're on a deep back,
if you're a linebacker hitting the Naruto, flying through that A gap, you're more aerodynamic.
The quarterback guy came through with the Naruto run, man.
I don't know. He was doing some shadow clone jitsu, something. There were so many of them.
Guy had to be a gypsy. Doing voodoo on me, man.
Oh man, I miss those days. Those were fun days when we were coaching, doing the football thing.
Man, little guy football was even super fun, dude. I mean, we were playing football since 8 years old? Is that when little guys started, or was it 10?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Dang.
I remember playing. I think it was either 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or if it was 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. But I was playing 3 sports at the same time. I was like doing basketball, soccer, track.
Were all your brothers doing soccer too?
A
lot of them,
except for Frankie. Bobby never played soccer, I don't think. Man,
your parents had to have been running around everywhere for your guys' sports.
I was gonna say not really.
No. They had it managed pretty well.
My mom was running around. Yeah. My dad was not running around.
Yeah, dude, that was just how it was back then. Like, my dad never went grocery shopping with us growing up.
My dad literally, this is how he used to say when I came to church. I have my own relationship with the Lord, so I don't need to go to church. You guys go to church.
You guys went to church every week?
For a little bit there.
Okay.
And my mom wasn't even trying to go to church then. You know what I mean? It was just my dad was like, "Yeah, the house for now."
Oh, he just wanted some peace and quiet. It was the same
reason they were making all these throw us outside all day long.
Dude,
they weren't doing anything productive.
My mom used to just freaking whistle at us, right? She'd just stand out on the back porch and do her freaking crazy loud whistle and hope that we'd hear it. And then if not, when we got home, we didn't hear the whistle, she'd be pissed. But
I knew it was time to get home because I was getting thrown out of your guys' house.
Yeah.
And then hopefully coming home to be food. Yeah. If not, bowl cereal.
Dang. Dude, those were good times back then.
Man, I still can't. I mean, every time I get a bowl of cereal, it has to be like half a box of cereal every time.
Dude, talk about cereal bowl for the win,
get
dude.
This. I found it's Lucky Spoon.
Lucky Spoon.
Or Magic Spoon.
Magic
That's
Spoon?
what it's called. That's the fancy cereal.
Okay.
The podcast
cereal.
Yeah.
So should we eat some on...
I don't know.
Taste testing, dude. That would be...
Are you trying to spend $6 a box?
No, we should just do some taste testing.
And not get Cocoa Pebbles?
Oh, you were talking about content. We could do the taste testing, the blind taste testing. And be like, yo, what kind of freaking ranch is this? Hidden Valley? Or is it...
That sounds disgusting. I'm not...
You're not a ranch fan?
No, I hate ranch. That sounds terrible.
I'm not...
DJ will do it with you. He's a ranch aficionado.
I can only enjoy ranch with carrots.
Those old betcha boys, they already do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's just something to do.
I mean,
something to...
Come on, we got to use our ingenious brains to come up with
hot
something
dog,
better.
Do a gas station hot dog or a freaking, hot dog from a restaurant store.
Man, trailer trash it up sometimes. Let me just get a gas station hot dog and some Mountain Dew.
Yeah, dude.
And my baby mama just got me a pair of socks. I'm so happy.
God dang, man. Shoot, you should see my gift bag.
I'm going to have to break Curtis down until he realizes that he deserves more.
You deserve more than socks for Father's Day.
And gas station hot dogs.
For dinner. No, actually, I made a killer dinner last night.
You got real serious.
Beef teriyaki. It was really good.
Beef teriyaki. Yep. What makes your beef teriyaki so special?
It was. I'm still working on it, but got home.
Oh, this is your own recipe.
Yeah, just winging it. So started marinating my steak, and I only had 2 hours to marinate, and that might have been my issue.
Yeah.
But I also don't know how these fast food restaurants or Chinese restaurants get such juicy meat. I don't know how they get it. But
tenderize the salt, and then they cut their meat super thin.
That's where I think it was, because I bought thin. I got thin stripped, but it wasn't really as thin as I would wanted. So it was good. Yeah,
did
marinated.
You get the stir fry stuff?
No.
Because I usually get that stir fry meat. That stuff's perfect. I actually use that in my tacos.
Okay. But yeah, I did so marinated it and then cooked it up on just basically pan fried the meat, and then right when they're starting to get crispy and kind of burnt on the edges, then you throw in some teriyaki sauce and then cover the lid and let it steam up. And
the toss of your wok?
No, I don't have a wok.
You don't need to get the wok so you can toss.
I could. I did make some rice though, right over white rice. So teriyaki beef over white rice.
He's the one who showed me really how to do chicken fried rice correctly, or even just egg fried rice.
Yeah, fried rice, yeah.
I've seen so many people do it, but that having the rice from the night before, that's
the way. Oh,
you gotta chill your rice overnight, full 24 hours.
Okay,
then it's good. The more a couple of days you can leave it in there, as long as it doesn't dry out.
Yeah, go bad. Yeah,
it's the way to do it.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Because yeah, dude, I love Chinese food.
I don't remember what movie it was, but it's the funniest line. These two Asian guys get on the phone with each other, and he's like, "One quick question before I let you go. How you get your rice so sticky?" It's stuck with me forever.
You heard Uncle Roger?
I love Uncle Roger.
Hiya. You didn't rinse your rice. Now it tastes like coffee. Hiya. Love him, dude.
My son actually turned me on to Uncle Roger.
Yeah. He reviews Gordon Ramsay once, and he it was
Uncle Gordon.
He's so funny.
He is, and I mean, you really see some legit walk tossing from some of these guys.
Holy dude, because I
see homeboys walk, the thing is like this big,
and he's just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, I did have one when I lived in South Dakota with Robbie. We had a walk.
You see Uncle Ken though, or since we're talking about Uncle Roger, you ever seen Uncle Ken? He's the cowboy cook or whatever. He did an episode where they linked up Uncle Roger and him. But that cowboy Kent, he was on an episode of MasterChef. I think he made it like 4 into it, which was great because his egg fried rice was.
Dude, talk about freaking those shows. They kind of blew up, right? Like the cooking shows, the baking shows. Like that was a hit.
Oh man,
a few years ago.
I remember watching this one of MasterChef, and there was this. She was a blind. I think she was Chinese, but I'm not 100% sure. She won the whole thing while being blind. She got that extra sense, and her food was the best. And I was like rooting for her from the very first.
How was her plating?
Oh, it was brilliant.
It was
brilliant.
Okay.
She's amazing. And
didn't matter.
Yeah, it did not matter. I was like, that's incredible. And I think it was a deal where she wasn't like 100% blind, but like 80%.
Okay.
I'd have to legally,
go watch it. It's been so long. Legally blind, it doesn't take much. I think without my glasses,
legally blonde.
But I think without my glasses, I might technically be legally blind.
Dude, my mom has been legally blind for 50 years. Damn. Since day one. I asked that ex Andrew, he's in the same way. He wanted to get LASIK, and he was like, I don't know. I'd give up so many things if I could just have perfect eyesight again. They don't take that stuff for granted.
I mean, I'm all right with my contacts or glasses. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
I don't want to laser.
I'm gonna be one of those old people, probably almost crashing on either side of the road because I'm like,
I can see just fine.
What are you guys talking about?
Dude, Logan put my glasses on the other day and he's like, whoa, I can't see good. And I'm like, yeah, because you don't need them. Give them back. Well, he did look pretty cute though with my glasses on.
Oh man, dude, he did look to spit an image on.
Yeah,
I'm sure he looks. Yeah, there was no mistake in that when we got Nando out of the hospital. Man, just like me.
Yeah.
Look at that head of hair.
You're like, yep, that's mine.
Yeah. There was, and as he got older and his mannerisms and everything, I'm like, no denying this one.
Yep, that's Logan. Yeah. Izzy, it was once she started to grow up, she started looking like my mom.
Almost immediately.
That's why I was like, yep, she's mine. And I was like, that is my mom.
How can you be reincarnated as somebody when the person's still alive? Shout out Larry Cohn.
Maybe that's what happened, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. You better hold your mom extra tight if that is the case. Rest in peace, Larry Cohn.
I do need to. I owe my mom. With everything that's come out the last 2 days, I owe my mom a lot.
And cross your fingers your dad doesn't get a hold of you.
That's why I was a little nervous to share that I was going live today. Like, shoot.
She's really understanding.
No, yeah.
She put up with me hanging out at your house forever.
If you listen to the whole conversation and not just the short that we made, it sounds a little bit better. Maybe not. Maybe
it
worse.
It really doesn't. When I listened to it back, I was like, geez, Curtis, your mom is a real good woman.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Well, I mean, dude, think about it.
My mom would have been telling the woman that she can make better decisions, that she should probably just get out of here. I can, and
maybe my mom did that behind my. Maybe she was like subtly just like, but is he even really that nice?
Honey, you can do so much better than this. My ex from California, my mom stayed friends with her for years after we had broken up, and I said, "What the hell are you doing talking to my ex? What is wrong with you?" She said, "I can't help it. She's my friend. Yeah. Like she's my girlfriend."
She's I was my friend now.
Well, this hurts. I'm gonna be honest with you. This hurts. I thought you had my back there.
Oh man. No, my mom is like one of the best people.
DJ the Brown Bomber over here. I'm trying to host, man. God, this guy, the saboteur from beginning to end.
I started giggling. I almost lost it there for.
You can see what I was seeing back there, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Disgusting.
Pulling a Bobby Lee.
It's pretty bad back there.
I'm just kidding.
Jeez, Louise, DJ. But anyways, we're going to try to
probably wrap her up here in the next couple minutes. Yeah, another 1.5-er.
Yeah, before we have to get a potty break out of somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm doing good now. I got that potty break when we had our camera difficulties.
Yeah, during the
thank God, because I forgot. I told myself to go piss before we started this podcast.
How are you gonna get after your kids all the time and then
do the same thing?
Do the same damn thing.
Well, I just got a habit. It takes 2 weeks to form a habit, so I got to take a habit of making sure I use the restroom before we hit start.
Podcast episodes going and going and going. Mm. Actually, build some consistency.
It'd be nice to do, and even I also thought about just a lunchtime hour. While we're eating. I mean, you don't really want to eat on a podcast, I guess, but like you know,
you're doing your ASMR with your mac and cheese,
my tacos. Yeah, I'm just gonna be a sound effects guy, dude.
I always watch the regs, you know, Dan Soder and Louis J. Gomez and Bobby Kelly. And Dan, I think it's at Dan Soder. But anyways, those guys are always making sound effects on there. He's like, check out my helicopter. That's a pretty shitty helicopter. It is hilarious when you are a kid, though, the amount of noises that you'll come up, the gun noises.
Dude, dropping bombs. It's from a distance, dude. A long ways away.
I was thinking it was literally a Roadrunner.
Oh.
It's falling off the fucking cliff. Alrighty, guys. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we really have no topics that we ended on today to get to tomorrow. So it's kind of just a whole new...
It's going to be a fresh one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens between now and then. Plenty could.
Alrighty.
All right. Have a good morning with the boys.
Till then.